Hey, this is Artie Astor from B Sharp and C. So I just did a B Sharp and C video about the song Nothing Else Matters by Metallica. I was just going through YouTube and I landed on it. Hopefully it doesn't get blocked, but I'll be honest, a lot of my videos have been getting blocked, and the copyright owners have been very gracious and they've allowed me to I've been winning all of my appeals. So I do have a sense of gratitude to these copyright owners, whether it's Coachella or gosh, I forget, but there are a couple other companies out there who have blocked me, and then when I made my appeal, they granted me the right to be able to publish my video with their content on it for the sole purpose of education. And I've been winning my appeals, and so far, that has been good. I do have some outstanding appeals as we speak, but that's just, I guess, the nature of the beast. But I just did a Metallica song, Nothing Else Matters, live from 2007, and I gave it an interesting score, a score that I think is very fair. Uh, Watch the video. Let me know what you think about this episode of B Sharp and C, Metallica, Nothing Else Matters. Okay, here we are, and I'm going through YouTube as I always do, just kind of scrolling through, looking for some type of song that I can do, or song that we can listen to for me to review. And it's weird. I just did a song. I did a Shazam Showdown uh, episode, and it got blocked globally. The Montreux Jazz Festival blocked it. So I appealed. Lately, I've been winning all of my appeals, so I actually am a little less angry because I've been winning appeals. Metallica, Nothing Else Matters, 2007. Huh, I've never seen this video. And I've been pretty tough on Metallica in the past when I've made videos regarding live music in general because I think that they're a very good studio band, but lack sometimes when it comes to their ability live. So, do you guys want to do a Metallica song? It'll probably get blocked in like globally or something, but let's give it a shot. Sounds different. It's a very it's a very unique and haunting sound. And it's funny because the instant you hear it, you know it. It's Nothing Else Matters by Metallica, but it's super easy to play, and it really does just go ahead and show that we don't need complexity to make music sound pleasing to the ear. In fact, the pentatonic scale, which is a very popular scale that a lot of people gravitate to while listening and while creating music, is a scale with two notes actually removed from the scale. So you take a seven note scale, like the minor, like A minor, and then you take out, if you want to do the minor scale, you actually take out the flat six and the two. And then you have one, flat three, four, five, flat seven. which is the minor pentatonic scale. So the pentatonic scale that most musicians gravitate towards and most people gravitate towards while listening is actually a simplified version of a regular scale. So it does not take, you know, complex genius to create good music. So something that Metallica regularly has when they do a live show is they're very raw, they're very unscripted, and they will have the appearance of being sloppy. And I know that people are going to um, maybe disagree with that, with me saying that, but they do. They have the appearance of being sloppy. And I've seen some, you know, performances that just have me befuddled. Like, why did they play it like that? But they're a very loose band, and that's something I need to take into consideration while I do this video.
So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are. Sing it.
I am one of those music fans that when the artist is up there and he's asking people to sing his lyrics, I am one of the guys who hates that. Absolutely hate it with every fiber of my being because I want to see him perform. But it's a nice interchange between the musician and the audience.
That's right. I never opened myself this way. Life is ours, we live it our way. All these words I don't just say. Yeah, trust I seek and I find in you.
So there's a little something else coming into the left ear. I think that's Kirk Hammett is now accompanying James Hetfield.
Every day for us something new. Open
And you get the
mind
bass
for a
guitar also.
different view. No, nothing else matters.
Yeah, so you have bass guitar and accompaniment.
Yeah, trust I seek and I find in you.
All right, I think that might be just the bass guitar. But did you notice though, it's not completely perfectly in time with James Hetfield. It's a little off. And that's something that Metallica does all the time. And I have been told by people who go, I've never been to a Metallica concert in person. I have been told over and over again, it is an awesome experience. Watching and reacting to and analyzing a live performance from Metallica on YouTube can be a little annoying because of how loose they are in their approach and because of how much they engage with the audience. So they're really, really, really focusing on the audience. They really are. And I know that they have a production team, someone who's paid to come in and make these videos and synchronize the soundtrack with the video tracks, and engineer everything and get that bass guitar on the left ear and get this over here and pan those drum hits, put the hi-hat over here and the tom over there. There are people who work hard on these videos for distribution, but because of how Metallica, when they go live, they really seem to focus on the people there at the present. Because of that, it's a little frustrating. You will get frustrated as a sound engineer or as someone like me who's watching this live, trying to get the most out of it. It can be a little annoying. But that is just the essence of Metallica. They are a live band. They're there for the audience.
Every day for us something new. Open mind for a different view. No, nothing else matters. Never care for what they do. Never care for what they know. 'Cause I know. So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trust is who we are. No, nothing else matters.
And James Hetfield, for someone who doesn't really have a amazing vibrato, he's very on point when he comes to singing notes. Who we are. Well, of course, I sounded like a Bostonian saying that, but he doesn't really use a lot of vibrato, but he holds notes very well. And he doesn't necessarily need auto-tune. He's not perfectly on pitch every single time he sings a note, but it leaves him the flexibility to do some of the other things he likes to do vocally, which he will scream, he will inflect on a certain syllable and purposely just kind of add a little bit of, of carelessness, of just throwing all caution to the wind, just saying or screaming whatever note that he wants, because of the nature of the music. Oh, come on, cameraman. Okay, that was bad camera work right there. What the heck was that? Why was that even included in the video? Oh, wow. Oh yeah, you can hear it in his voice. He's very, he needs to be loose with his vocal cords, but that's not bad.
Never opened myself this way.
So I think Kirk Hammett here is just improvising.
Never opened myself this way. Life is ours, we live it our way. All these words I don't just say. No, nothing else matters.
All these words I just don't say. He does. I mean, he does do some things with his voice. I mean, he is the lead singer of the band for a reason. It's a very unique voice, and he has tremendous control over it.
Trust I see and I find in you. Every day for us something new. Over mine, over different you. No, nothing else matters. Never care everything they say. Never care the games they play. Never care for what they do. Never care for what they go. 'Cause I know.
All right, let's go. Let's hear it. So, okay, this is a good example when you get caught up in the emotion, the amount of missteps that you make. He's really caught up in the emotion. He's just more into the feeling of it and expressing himself. And I mean, the engineering of everything is really good. This is something that they both, Kirk Hammett, James Hetfield, this is something that they both routinely do, which is just throw so much emotion into what you're doing that you care less about how exact it sounds. Oh, I thought there was going to be one last drum hit, a kick drum, snare, and hi-hat type thing, at the end of that, but there wasn't. I mean, right? There wasn't. No. Okay. All right. So that was Nothing Else Matters by Metallica, 2007. It just says live full video. Let me see if it tells us where it is. The Live Earth, the concert for the climate in crisis at Wembley Stadium in London. Okay, so I have no idea if that's going to get flagged and that's going to get blocked. Lately, a good 25 to 35% of every video I do gets blocked, and then I have to go through an appeals process to get the video uploaded. And I've got to be honest, for as much as I hate corporate greed and I think that the fact that I have to go through that process is annoying, I have been winning all of my appeals. Now, I don't know if 6 months from now or a year from now, those videos will get taken down. My channel's not monetized, although I am working towards monetization. But none of these videos here will bring me monetization. Every single video that I make that has another artist's music on it, 100% of the monetization goes to the owner of the copyright. I don't get any of it. So even though I'm not monetized now, when I do get monetized, I will only get monetized on videos I do that don't represent or don't present somebody else's music in it. But there was a lot going on there in that performance from 2007. So we're in 2025 now. So 18 years ago, I thought it was a very good performance. It's a very good song. I have never seen a Metallica performance live where they are engaging with a big audience like this. I've never seen them actually play something polished. It's always a little bit messy, and that's okay. I really do believe that they're in the moment and they're not playing so that they can make a video and upload it to YouTube after. You know, I don't even think they're much involved in that at all. I'm sure they're being told certain videos are being, or, you know, certain concerts are being filmed. But their focus is the audience. And the synergy that they have with the audience is quite amazing. So, I mean, I do have to take that into consideration because I have seen them do live performances in small studios. I believe I saw them do something with on the Howard Stern show, and then I saw another performance in a small studio somewhere else. And I've seen a few videos of them where they're not playing for 20,000 people or 100,000 people, you know, and that those performances are usually a little bit more polished. And I think it's because they feed off the audience so much when the audience is big that they allow a little bit of wiggle room and to not sound perfectly polished. And I get that. That being said, there were a few spots in this song where the bass was out of time, the backing guitar was out of time. They were missing notes in their solos. Both guitar solos had certain portions where it was a little choppy. So I have to take that into consideration also. I want to be as fair as possible. But it's a good song. It's a wonderful song. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. This video has 328 million views. So I'm not the only one who's watched it. Okay. That being said, I'm going to give it a 7.9. And the reason why it's not getting anywhere over an 8 is simply because I do have to take into consideration the slop factor. I can't give something that comes across sloppy a high score, but 7.9 is a high score. It's about as high as you can possibly get for having a performance that is a little less than polished. But I mean, come on, dude. It's Metallica. It's Nothing Else Matters, and it's them in the audience. That is what's going on here. That is what I need to take into consideration. So that brought it from a 7.2 up to a 7.9. The engineering was nice. The feel was nice. Metallica is probably always going to get a decent score with me because of what they do and because of how much they've continued to make efforts to make music over the years. They're true musicians, but they also admittedly will just come right out and say that all of them are just, they're still students of music. You know, you watch a Kirk Hammett interview, he's giddy like a schoolboy talking about music. Yeah, and he admits that he's still learning stuff, that he's not perfect when it comes to certain things, that James Hetfield is better at certain things than he is. For as much as we might assume that he will say he's a guitar god, he really doesn't come across. He's one of the most humble people I've ever seen interviewed. And he literally sounds like a giddy schoolboy talking about music. And after decades of making music, to still get that excited about your craft is very, very refreshing. It helps me understand that even making these videos, you know, being the nerd that I am when it comes to making these videos, it helps me understand that I'm not doing anything wrong, that I'm okay diving into my passion of loving music and talking about music and listening to music and sharing ideas. So that's why I give it a solid 7.9. Let me know what you think. Do you think that that's fair? Do you think I should have given it a higher score or a lower score? Do you think that my mentioning multiple times that they are kind of sloppy live, do you think that's an unfair assessment? And I'm not saying it's bad, I'm saying it's what it is. But I do think it needs to be mentioned because that's why this isn't this isn't an 8.9 or an 8.8, right? It's a 7.9. Anyways, let me know what you think. This was Artie Astor from B Sharp and C saying, as always, keep it groovy.